Yeah, I should take a piss too before I go.
Oh, God. I need to go see-piece.
What?
I need to go see-piece.
Yeah, you and me both. I'm freaking tired.
It's Scott's.
That's all right, leave it there.
Leave
Leave it there, I'll leave it for next week.
It's 99 cents a cup. You get more next week. Polish mine off hours ago.
Long, good, long. Too stressed. Yes, well, isn't that the,
Oh, you think you'll be around next weekend, Mike? I don't know. What's next weekend again?
I don't know if
Something going on next weekend?
this guy has any plans. I don't know.
We're not doing nothing special next weekend, are we?
Oh, he must be around this weekend.
Oh, barbecue. Yeah, well, he doesn't
yeah,
care
that's
about that. Yeah, that's right.
You're not planning anything special, is
No.
I missed the fireworks show.
Apparently he's already purchased steaks for this.
For all three of us?
Oh, I don't know about that, but I know he's got it for himself. Yeah. So what are we gonna do? Have the usual stuff?
Other food? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I got my food over there.
Oh, sorry,
Iced
clean.
teas?
Yeah, I'll leave the iced tea there. That's good. Just put it in the back. Out of the way.
Which ones do you have drunk?
Might as well polish it off while you're here.
Oh, that one I'll take.
He had to fight for that fucking iced tea.
Yeah.
The shitters tried to fuck him out of
Check
it.
it. Better be on sweet. Better be on sweet. Oh shit, better be on
Oh, that would have been a great video. I should have fucking said, "Ooh, yuck! It's got sugar in it." Man, he'd have gone crazy.
They're waiting until Scott's not paying attention to his tube.
Yeah, put some sugar in there.
I would have pulled the car. No, I was fix it.
Oh god.
Yeah, but wait until you get up here. You can put some fucking sugar in there. Oh my god, yeah, I got sugar. For fucking bread. There we go.
Happened today for that same drive-through.
God. That would have been great. You miserable cocksucking bastards! Where's my iced tea with no sugar? Alright, get my shit together here.
Alright, boys.
Alright, Mike, I guess until next Sunday. I mean Saturday, barbecue.
And fireworks.
I just hope the newest installment of the Terry show is on.
Oh, yeah.
Shows up.
I wonder if she knows she's part of the Saturday Night Live.
Does now.
She will when she watches the video.
I still smell gas down here.
Yeah, I think he drove the fucking bike today. I don't know if he fucking shit the thing on.
What's wrong with your car? All right, Mike. Good night.
God damn, it's hot and humid out here.
Then what did you expect?
I think it's 12:30 at night too.
I know, that sucks. Think I'm gonna spend tomorrow sleeping in. Hell with anything.
I mean, it's horribly hot and humid out
It got hotter and humid out here.
It is.
It wasn't this bad when we got here before.
No, it was not. Man, it's horrible.
Like it got more moist.
That's what I'm saying. It's like horribly hot and humid.
Yeah. It's only a few days until the 4th of July, so it's not too surprising.
Awful out here.
Yeah. Good night for air conditioning. It's that time of year. It's gonna be this way into the middle of fucking September. Whole damn summer.
I thought they would have given a list of names of all the characters who made it off.
Yeah. I figure you already know. The disaster's been done in so many movies.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I just figured just for this little, like, if that Dr. Muir, if he made it, and
Actually, he was an invented character. I'm pretty sure he was invented anyway.
one guy's shoveling coal down there. You know he didn't. Him and his buddy there.
Oh, they never made it out.
You know they didn't make it. Shit. Well, got to see his daughter in the.
Well, they never showed him meeting up with her. He may never have. There were a lot of passengers in steerage.
No, they did. They did show him.
Where?
He walked in the passageway when he went to knock on the door.
Yeah, that was Mrs. Silvestri, not Miss Silvestri, not his daughter.
No, he did. It's in the passageway there.
He may have walked right past her, but
he didn't meet her, but he did.
He didn't know who she was. That's another kid in a ship full of kids.
Yeah, 38,874. Where do I go?
Yeah.
So you think you'll win the Taco Bell gift card?
Who knows? 38,874.
So for all intents and purposes, that's 39,000.
Pretty much. For you, yeah. You'll have 39,000 by tomorrow morning. After your midnight snack and your 2 a.m. snack and the 7 a.m. snack and the... And you go to Terry's house and dump more ants in her car.
You think she's still getting her car yet?
Probably not. No, I'm sure she did by now, but probably home eyeballing it, making sure the eggs don't hatch.
Well, you can't leave your car parked there overnight anyway, right?
No, I'm sure you could, but no one's going to particularly notice one night, but still.
how much ant spray she bought.
Probably 18, 19 cans. She don't like the little critters for some reason. I don't know why. She's got a whole house full of them, apparently.
How does she sleep at night knowing all these creepy
Well, apparently she doesn't. She told me and told you two also that she'd be up to 5 a.m. killing fucking ants.
I'm snoring away at that hour.
Yeah, so am I. Very close to the time I have to get up, actually.
Should I give him my brights? Yeah.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, I knew those brights were on. Bastard.
If you're drunk and it aims for your fucking brights. That's what they do, you know. Not on purpose, just because they're drunk.
That's how they got Michael Wrights the second time.
Yeah.
Right around his brights, like pulled over.
That's how Harry got it.
And then so many years later, all is forgiven. She's out on the street like nothing happened.
Who? Hadia? Want to kill them?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Oh, I thought they let her out of jail so many years later.
Eventually, she got 7 years, and that was 26 years ago, so 27 years ago. So obviously, she's been out of jail a very long time. But I wouldn't be surprised if somebody got her. His family, they were a mixed lot. A little strange, you know? And I think they would have fucking done her if they had the opportunity, and imagine they would have eventually.
Where it happened, out on 52 or 301 or something?
52 and 311, just short of the intersection there.
Shit. Right there by the lake.
Lake? What do you mean lake? Oh, I'm sorry, Ludingtonville Road.
Oh, Ludington. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Ludingtonville Road and 52 there, where it goes to exit 17. I'm thinking of the wrong place. But he was going to work at the Kent Nursing Home. March 17th, 1985.
So she did the full 7?
As far as I know, she did, yeah. Who knows what happened to her when she got out? I don't want to know. Sure, she had the same idea as Terry's sister did and Terry did. I can drive drunk. I'll be fine. Yeah, okay.
It's the ones that get the multiple DUIs. Why are they still back on the road?
Yeah, that's it exactly. Why? Jeez, must have had a big fucking party at the pizza joint. It's fucking 1 o'clock in the morning almost. What the hell are they doing?
Summertime, nobody wants to cook.
Must be hotter than the blazes of hell in there. Are you kidding me? Oh.
I think it was cooler down in the boilers of the Titanic, and that
Probably
place.
was.
Jesus. But I did go in there once, 2 weeks before the place burned down, actually.
I remember when I was there shortly before it burned down, it was like this spontaneous combustion there. It was bad. Holy shit.
Is that why I had to go to the doctor?
Ugh. No, but I felt like I was going to just keel over in there, just pass out from heat exhaustion. It's pretty fucking bad in there.
So his buddy hooked him up with passage. Yeah, like, come to America with me. I got a way of getting over.
Yeah, I know how to get us over there.
Shit. Start shoveling.
Yeah, I'm going to shovel our way across the Atlantic.
fucked up. I didn't see that coming with that dude there. Well, everybody came and did their little bow out, you know.
Yeah. The irony of it is, the first one they built was the only one that went the full length of service. For all that. If it had stopped with the first one, it'd have been fine. But Cunard liked to build ships in pairs like Mauritania, Lusitania. So I guess White Star had to one-up them, you know. We'll build them in threes. Olympic, Titanic, Gigantic. Eventually renamed Britannic.
So as soon as it sank, that's when they changed the name?
Shortly after. I guess Lusitania was the next one. 1915.
About 12 minutes, 15 minutes, I think?
18 minutes.
18 minutes.
18 minutes. But Lusitania was hit massive hole in the forward hull, in the bow, and fucking huge explosion on board.
Phew, you saw that fucking skunk? God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're out to get you too, Scott.
Yeah. It's faint, it's in the background, but it's like, oh. The U-boat that sunk in, did it get sunk, the U-boat eventually?
Eventually, yes, it did. There was a high rate of attrition amongst U-boats. But the Lusitania was moving at full speed forward. And that was just pushing water right into the ship. So, and they couldn't slow up. Those things did not stop on a dime. Especially when they were heavily damaged. They tried to slow it as much as possible, just so they could lower the boats, but they ended up having to lower the boats and cut them loose, the couple that got away.
How many made it off the Lusitania? Not many, I would think.
Almost as high a death toll as Titanic.
I mean, how many made it off?
700 or 800, I think.
That many?
Well, they were close to shore. They were close to shore, and some of the lifeboats were launched. And it did carry more lifeboats than Titanic did, so they,
Oh, I thought that only a handful made it off.
Well, you know, the death toll from Lusitania was actually a lot higher than it was just from the ship sinking, because that was part of the reason we ended up getting involved in the First World War. Was the sinking? You know, people were upset about it, and it was always, you know, remember the Lusitania. That's when the Germans went from being a potential, okay, maybe they're not so bad, they could be an ally, to really being the enemy. That's when public opinion seriously turned against the Germans in the United States. Was that one incident.
And they said they accused the ship of having all the arms and
Which
weapons.
it did. It had munitions on board. Maybe they were only small arms ammunition, but still munitions. And it was one of those basically 1 in a million shots. You know, there was one torpedo left on that submarine. One torpedo. Now, one torpedo in that era should not have been enough to sink a ship that large. Damage it, yeah, but not sink it. Yet somehow it did, because it hit just right, and it was the secondary explosion, whatever it was that went off, that did the real damage.
In your book there, does it show a picture of it in the what it's supposed to look like on the bottom?
Oh, we have pictures of that. It's not that deep. Yeah, they've taken many. Bob Ballard's been down there, I think, once or twice, and you know, there's been salvage operations of the ship. They brought up its propeller. One of them.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, one of them anyway. All kinds of artifacts and relics and shit. Yeah. Yeah, that one's not deep. Not like that Titanic is.
Well, same thing with the other one, Britannic.
It's actually a hazard to navigation, to fishermen and shit, because the nets get snagged on it constantly.
Same thing with the Britannic. That's pretty shallow too.
Yeah, that one's also shallow.
That's got daylight in it.
Yeah. Because that's the Mediterranean. They weren't that far from shore.
Well, some parts of the Med are pretty deep, but then when that thing went down, it was pretty shallow.
So if you add up all of the casualties that resulted by U.S. involvement in the First World War and tack that on to the Lusitania sinking, it's a hell of a lot bigger death toll. And it cost Germany the war. I mean, it wasn't just Lusitania that got us involved, of course. The Zimmerman telegram was enough to do that, but it was definitely something that helped.
Who's this Ron Zimmerman guy I'm hearing about in the news?
Oh, you mean the one down in Florida?
I guess.
That killed that black kid, whatever the hell is this. Yeah, I'm not really paying attention to it, to tell you the truth.
I keep hearing about the Zimmerman trial.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to that shit. You know? Not from Florida. I don't give a damn what they do down there.
And then you got the other guy from New England Patriots. You know about him, right?
Yeah, I don't pay attention to him either. He's a dumbass. Money, position, opportunity, and he fucked it all away.
He's wanted in or what do you call it?
Last I heard, he's got a shopping list of shit they want him for. Drive-by shootings, multiple murders. I mean, come on.
Yeah, two.
What asshole gave this guy a $40 million contract? All that shit going on. You gonna tell me they didn't even investigate his background? Nothing? They don't keep tabs on what these fucking guys do? You take up that big an investment in somebody? Give him $12 million just to fucking sign.
And he's not even on just any old football team.
No.
He's on the Patriots.
Yes.
That's like your...
You couldn't hire a private investigator to take a confidential look into his background and what he's doing, make sure he's not on drugs, make sure he's not doing 10-year-old boys, you know, or some other embarrassing shit that'll come back to hit you in the ass?
That's like...
I bet they're going to be rethinking that policy now.
That's like, you know what the difference is between the New England Patriots and the Cleveland Browns?
Nothing.
That's like the New York Yankees versus the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns or the Detroit Lions, you're on the top 5 best teams in the NFL. That's one of them. Right up there at Pittsburgh. Jesus. Yeah, you know what he did, right? He destroyed his cell phone, destroyed his laptop, erased all his video of the house, destroyed all that equipment.
Yeah, I know what he did, Scott. I hear it from David. I don't want to hear it anymore. That's a stupid asshole. Can't believe it's already 29th of June. Jeez.
How many days are in 30 or 31?
31. June 28th, 1914.
Whoa! Oh, did he? Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah,
He did. Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
He did. Nice ditch there, too. He's lucky to get stuck. June 28th, 1914. Gavrilo Princip shot and killed Archduke Franz Ferdinand in Sarajevo and sparked off a world war. The man was a miserable failure his whole fucking life in every single thing he ever tried to do. His firearms instructor in Serbia said the man was hopeless. That's all, we're hopeless with guns. He could hit shit. Yet by chance, sheer luck, he's in the right place at the right moment, and for the first and only time in his life, he shot straight.
You shot the target.
He hit the Archduke and the Archduke's wife. One shot each, killed them both. With a small, cheap little pocket pistol.
A Derringer of some kind, right?
No, it was a Colt automatic, a little one, like a 32. You know, and he was literally walking home dejected because his first attempt at assassination didn't work because, you know, the man he was with tried to shoot the Archduke, the gun didn't go off. Another man tried to throw a bomb at the Archduke. It bounced off his car and exploded harmlessly on the ground and injured a policeman or something like that. So it was decided the Archduke would cut the day short and just go back to his hotel. On the way back, the driver, who was unfamiliar with Sarajevo, got lost. Takes a wrong turn. Ends up on the one road in the city where there's actually an assassin. Princip. Walking down the side of the road, hears a noise behind him, looks up, here comes the Archduke's car without its retinue of, you know, soldiers and all the other shit. He just pulled out his pistol and started firing. He died in prison in 1918 of tuberculosis.
Oh, so they did catch
Or
him.
pneumonia. Oh yeah, they caught him right away. Yeah, they caught him. And it sparked off a world war. This loser, you know, this complete hopeless idiot. Yes, exactly. Beyond any doubt, that's exactly the kind of person he was. Another wannabe, you know, I want to be a revolutionary. Okay. Serbians were happy to use him for that. They gave him a pistol, pointed him in the right direction. They actually did this to dozens of guys, hoping one of them would get through, and one of them did.
Who's the guy that got shot up in Niagara Falls? What president was that?
That was McKinley.
Did they get his?
Oh,
killer?
immediately. He was an anarchist. I forget his name. It was a bunch of vowels, but I forget it. Yeah, he was an anarchist. They got him. Same type of weapon, too. A little cheap little fucking revolver in that case. You know what I mean? Changed history. Who knows what the world might have been like had McKinley not died in 1901 and Theodore Roosevelt not got into office. Chances are he never would have been elected to office on his own right. He was too young and hadn't yet made a name for himself. Well, he had as a war hero. That might have been enough. But there's nothing quite like springboarding into the White House when you're already in the presidency. Because then you're not running as an unknown. You're running as President of the United States for the office of President of the United States. That's how Harry Truman got to be president on his own right. Because otherwise, Harry Truman never becomes president if he hadn't been vice president and FDR dies. Harry Truman was a senator from Missouri. Who the hell's this guy? You know, it's just
Yeah.
he was just there because he needed some votes he could bring. That's all. And he needed someone to take over the slot of vice president, and it was a nothing slot at the time. The vice president did pretty much nothing but sit there and twiddle his thumbs and do shit, cut some ribbons now and then. That's about all. Most people probably didn't know who the hell a vice president was. Then FDR goes and dies.
You're it.
Yeah, I mean, very narrowly was reelected. And he served FDR's term, and then he took one of his own and just squeaked in. In fact, some newspapers actually went to press early, predicted he would lose 50-50 shot.
Well, didn't some newspapers?
Yes,
come out and
they
say-
did. They did. Dewey wins. Dewey wins.
Now,
Dewey
how
defeats
much is that
Truman.
newspaper worth? Some of the,
Quite a bit if you had one. I'm sure it was in good enough shape to display. Dewey defeats Truman. There's a famous picture of Harry waving that paper around.
yeah, the famous, yeah.
Yeah. Harry Truman was the only ordinary man to ever be president of the United States. Ever. Every other guy to be president's always been something special. They were successful attorneys. They were powerful politicians. They were all
Mayor,
kinds of shit.
governor.
Mayor. Harry Truman, he was, okay, he was a war hero, but a very localized one, in his own state, among his own people. He was a failed haberdasher, failed in business, although, to his credit, he repaid every single cent himself that he owed his creditors from his failed business. So you really can't say nothing bad about the man there. He wasn't some, master scholar or anything like that, like Bill Clinton with the Rhodes Scholarship and all that
Bushes.
shit, or the Bushes. He didn't come from, he definitely was not wealthy. He had no money. He did not come from money. His family was all
Kennedys.
farmers. Yeah, not like Kennedy's. And he kind of stumbled into local politics. Local politics became state politics, then national politics, and he ran for Senate. He was kind of used by a powerful politician in his own state, Pendergast, who was basically your typical boss hog type, and fingers in every pie and taking as much as he could along the way, that kind of thing. But Harry was never crooked. He was always honest. And Pendergast apparently respected that, and he supported him for the offices. And in return, Harry, avoided bothering Pendergast, And when they needed a convenient vice president, well, it's Harry Truman. He's on this and that committee. If we make him vice president, we can sideline him over there, and he's not bothering us anymore. So we'll put him, it's a good idea. We'll make him vice president. He can bring the Missouri Midwestern vote. Tap, tap, excuse me, Mr. Vice President, but the president's dead, so he really got dumped a mess in his lap. It would be almost the equivalent of you and me being suddenly shoved into that office and, okay, now you solve all the problems.
Yeah.
It's all on you now. Everybody's depending on you. Everything. If you fail, the whole nation fails. Oh, and by the way, we're still fighting a major war. Harry Truman was the one who had to make the decision to drop the bomb.
He wrote that book on, what was it, his memoirs or something about the bomb there.
Yeah. Here,
They brought it in on Pawn Stars. It was a public book, but it was...
They tried to rewrite history to say that what Harry did was the wrong thing, should never have done it. But we know now that potentially millions of Allied servicemen could have died trying to take mainland Japan. That's the price you would have paid if we didn't have the bomb.
They'll follow the pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Okinawa. After Okinawa, it was obvious. So, you know, the history writers didn't quite get that one across. You know, we dropped the bomb for we didn't drop the bomb because we thought we were racist against the Japanese.
No.
Or any of that shit. We dropped the bomb for a very good fucking reason.
To end the war.
To end it. And to end it before any more of our people had to die. Because we didn't start that shit. If you want to know racists in World War II, all one has to do is look at the Japanese. They treated their, you know, their subject peoples in a bestial fashion. No better way to describe it. And they were the first nation to deliberately in war, use biological weapons in a real, you know, organized fashion. What they did to the Chinese and American prisoners of war in China, using them in human experiments and all kinds of other shit, that was, what they call it, Group 751, something like that. It was just revolting. They killed hundreds of thousands of people developing these weapons. And they tried to use them on mainland USA too. They actually did. They sent the balloons over here loaded with smallpox, weaponized smallpox. But fortunately, you know, the technology was too primitive and they weren't able to do it.
They did send a couple of balloons over with bombs. They drifted in.
Yeah, those were more successful. One of them killed a family, another one started a forest fire.
1947 or 48.
Yeah, they found it and blew them up. And the fucking smallpox shit never quite worked out. But that was a strategic attack on the United States. And we retaliated in kind.
They said if anybody found those balloons to keep them quiet,
Yeah.
which they did. And then Japan never heard about it. And they were like,
Even today, it's U.S. policy that if somebody uses a strategic weapon against us, no matter what it is, nuclear, chemical, biological, if another nation does that to us, we retaliate. There's a pizza on the road back there, Scott. You see that?
yeah, I saw it.
You want to go back and eat
There's
it?
also a dead skunk about 20 feet from it. Too.
No, the skunk's not on the pizza. You can put the skunk on the pizza if you want to. But what we would do is we would retaliate with nuclear weapons. If say Russia releases a biological weapon in Manhattan or whatever, and we find out about it, we know it's them, we retaliate with nukes. Same goes for Iran or North Korea, anybody else that tries it. That's U.S. policy. You do that strategic shit to us, we're gonna hit you back, and we're gonna hit you back with everything we got. Well, the Japanese only got 2 bombs. They got off easy.
And those weren't the primary targets.
I'm sure if we had gone to Chiang Kai-shek and given him, say, 15 bombs and told him to do what he wanted with them, he would have dropped every single one on the Japanese. You can bet on that. He may have kept 1 or 2 back for the Russians, but he would have definitely have dropped a lot more than 2 on the Japanese.
Japanese, all that fucked up shit to China.
Yeah.
What, around the turn of the century? Or
Turn of the century, no. September 18th, 1931. They attacked Manchuria. And for the rest of the 1930s and into the 40s, they were battling with the Chinese all across the country, taking huge swaths of the country. They had Korea since 1900 or so. And everywhere they went, they committed atrocities of every kind. Most of them in the later 30s. The rape of Nanking was so fucking bad, the German ambassador complained that they were, just doing terrible things.
oh,
Uh-oh, I saw it. Skunk.
you wanted me too.
Yeah.
Bastard. Fuck my new
Cute
car.
little guy. Little white stripe on him. Well, he wouldn't fuck your car up. Your tires would take care of him. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and it would have stunk the whole fucking car up.
Briefly. You might have squished him before you had a chance to release.
Oh, yeah, you see how I was trying to avoid him?
Yeah.
Deer did the same fucking thing. We started walking this way at the last minute.
Yeah. What's not really talked about much is the fact that we took a lot of these Japanese scientists, including the mastermind behind their chemical weapons program, and brought them over here and employed them. Then they were allowed to return to Japan later on and retire with full military benefits and pensions and shit. But they were war criminals of the worst fucking kind. As bad as any of the Nazis we executed at Nuremberg.
You said they just found one in Germany?
Hungary, I believe it was. He's 97 or 8 years old. He was a police official in one of their cities over there who deported people to the death camps and the labor camps and everything else.
Wonder how they got it out of him.
Actually, he was known for some time, but he had protection from various sources that eventually evaporated. He's under house arrest. He's 98 years old. Where the fuck's he gonna go now? He's already lived his whole fucking life, you know? What punishment can you give this man now? That's the problem with finding. I mean, there are probably some war criminals still in their mid-80s, maybe, but they would have been very, very young at the time. All the big ones are gone now, simply from attrition of age, if nothing else. You know, and all the big shots would have been in their 30s and 40s and 50s at that time. There's no way they made it this far.
Yeah, 60s. That
So
would
at most, all you're hunting down now are individual camp guards, people like that, partisans who participated with the Nazis in various pogroms and shit. You might get some of them, but it's pretty much geriatrics at this point, you know, drooling on themselves in rest homes if you find them at all. What are you gonna do? Look them in the eye and say, "I got you"? What do they care? The most expensive bullet in history was a .32 caliber automatic. It killed 9 million soldiers. And if you count the fact that the pandemic of 1918, 1919 probably would not have been nearly as bad if not for what World War I did to Europe, then you could probably tack on another 20, 30, 40 million people onto that who died in that pandemic all over the world. You know, it started in the military camp here in Kansas, spread around the world. Our troops took it to Europe, and it spread everywhere. And then they brought it back home again.
What was so between 1914 and say 1922? What was the death toll?
Well, World War I ended in 1918.
I know. I'm
The
saying
official death toll is a little over 9 million soldiers, actual
I'm
soldiers.
talking about
who died.
pandemic included.
The pandemic didn't start until 1918, and it officially ended, I believe, it burned out in late 1919, early 1920. So no one really knows. The numbers vary so widely, it's hard to even say. Guesstimates run anywhere 10 million, 50 million. You know, nobody really knows. Some countries, just simply so many people died, they didn't even record them all. We lost hundreds of thousands right here in the United States. People would leave in the morning to go to work and never come home. It's killed that quickly in some cases. It was not understood at all at the time. And it really only burned itself out when people bunkered down. They got so scared, they locked themselves in their houses and they would not open the door, not even for the mailman, who was in a lot of cases the carrier to various communities that were, you know, isolated yet got hit anyway. The mailman was delivering the mail, yeah. People stopped going to the movies, they stopped going to restaurants, they stopped going to fairs, they stopped going to the, you know, amusement parks.
Yeah, that light's gonna, yeah.
The light that's gonna fuck you if you go there.
Yep.
They stayed home and the disease burned itself out.
Just like the plague, I guess.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Those idiots going around whipping themselves with the cross on the back. And
Yeah, they were religious fanatics.
Ugh.
I forget what they call themselves. Something in Italian or Latin. It had a name. I'm too tired to think of it.
We're on tour.
Yeah,
We're going on tour this year.
that's right.
They did that with the Ice Age too. With the ice, they would go up there to the pack ice and try to.
Actually, we have no idea what they did during the Ice Age because
No, not the
that
Ice
was-
Age. The ice packs. They would go up there, the monks or whatever.
Who?
priests and monks.
Well, there was no access to the ice packs at that time. We're talking 13th century Europe. They could barely navigate their own rivers. They could never possibly make it to the Arctic. The Vikings might have done it, but the Vikings wouldn't have been going there for stupid reasons.
Got over on the light again.
Well, at least I don't have to feed the fireplace tonight. Definitely not. Not in this fucking weather. All right, I guess that's it until we get together for the big barbecue feast.
Then we'll see if anybody wins the gift card.
38,895.
What will the mileage be?
All right, Scott.
It's been a rather interesting day. I still do not understand how the fuck I fucked up boiling water. How do you fuck up a pot of boiling water? How?
That's probably the last time you're going to be asked to get a salad, that's for sure.
Jesus Christ.
You know what it is? I think on that end of the salad bar, they have the iceberg lettuce, and then they have the other stuff, the garden greens, kind of next to each other, and the garden greens sometimes get over into the iceberg. You must not have looked when you went in there with the tongs and you put it in the
You
bucket.
got Boston lettuce, romaine lettuce.
Yeah, Mike gets regular iceberg lettuce and cucumbers.
Fucked up a wet dream. How the hell you fuck up
If you
boiling-
dropped a mushroom in there, it could have been as bad. Oh,
He was pissed and he threw that shit out the window. Did you see that?
yeah, of course he was pissed. He
Sure.
wanted to eat a salad, no salad now because you fucked it up. And you forgot to call him. Jesus.
Unbelievable. Well, I'm tired, you know.
Yeah, I know.
The phone call thing, all right, I'll eat that, and then, yeah. Oh my God, how the hell do you fuck up boiling water? Boil some water. You fucked it up.
Yeah.
You know what the fuck, you know? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, Mike will remember that next time he asks you to get a salad. You're going, get me a salad. Oh, no, never mind.
You know how close I came to letting you handle it? I said, oh, I'll get it.
Yeah.
I came very close to letting you handle that.
Oh, well, if I had, he would have got the right way. I know what he eats. I figured you knew, too. You've seen him eat a salad 100 times. Oh, man.
God, I was tired, you know?
All righty.